Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Intuitive Businesswoman Meet the Presenters interview session today. I'm Jacqueline Kane, Master Energy Healer and Low Back Pain Specialist. And we wanted to come together today to talk about the event and why we put it together and why you may want to join us. So for years, I've loved using January as my kind of reboot, getting clear on what I wanted to achieve for myself. And over the last couple of years, I've been doing events and just inviting some of my favorite practitioners and powerful ladies to add even their amazing knowledge to help my clients and me really achieve all these intentions that I so desire in my life. So we're going to go around today and just share the amazing presenters. And first up, we have Christy Sullivan, human design expert.
Thanks so much, Jackie. I'm so excited that we are hosting this amazing event. And I, like you, love to start not only the year, but to have the transition from one calendar to the next, one energy realm to the next, to start to take my business bigger and to up level what I'm doing. So I really feel this is a great time of year. And I'm going to be talking about some of that and the transition of energy, but also I'm going to be talking specifically and teaching people what human design is and how living more in alignment with your energy blueprint that each of us have uniquely as part of our makeup. When we understand that, we can optimize our business, we can thrive in our life, we can create more effortless flow and abundance. And so I'm going to be sharing about human design, self-care, and the energy, I think, of the year to help everyone understand sort of this important time. And so I'm excited to be speaking about that. And I think Heather is also a speaker. If you want to introduce yourself, Heather.
Hi, thanks, Christy. Yep. So this is super exciting. Jackie invited me to do this with her last year, and then we just sort of got together and said, let's expand on this. And so we've expanded it to a full day, and it's super exciting. So I am actually, I'll give you just a little bit of background about who I am. I am an occupational therapist, which it's a whole different understanding of what an OT does. But part of what we do is really mind, body, spirit. So we can work in the realms of physical health, mental health, energetic health, soul alignment, those kinds of things. So I really like to work with clients to get them into alignment on all levels. So what I'm going to be talking about in this retreat is, again, just like Jackie and Christy, really kind of starting off our year in a new energy, looking at the energy of the year coming forward, the universal energy, and how we can work best with that energy and come into alignment so that our life flows with more ease and grace. And my portion of the talk is going to be a lot about stress and the energy of stress. And we all have it. And it's like this 6-letter word that we, always just say, if I had $1 for everybody that says it is what it is, but you don't really feel content with that stress, right? And it's really learning how to take stress, turn it upside down, and get into a different energy of that. And when we do, and when we look at stress completely differently, our life is so much more fluid, and we feel so much more joy. And I can speak of experience because I have been through the years one to pile things on and really overdo. And I know that when we get into alignment and when we look at stress differently, it can have huge impacts on how we function and how we live our lives. So that's going to be an area I'm going to have a lot to share with you guys about. And then Pat, you want to introduce a little bit about who you are and what you're going to do?
Sure. My name is Pat McGrath, and I deal with my version of feng shui, what I've learned after 20 years of working with people in their homes and offices is that mostly because of the kind of lifestyles we lead, I deal a lot with people's stuff. And whereas feng shui is more of an application to the entire property, and it's based on nature, what I have found over the years is the stuff that we surround ourselves with either supports or drains the energy away from the kinds of things that we're looking to achieve, or the kind of life that we want. And like I think almost everybody goes through this, that their to-do list starts to guide their life. And after a while, they don't even see their space anymore. So, and we're not, most of us in our culture are not really trained to look at our space as having an effect on us. But once you start to see everything as energy, you understand that your energy is always being affected by the environments that you're in. And the ones that you spend the most time in are the ones that affect you the most. So understanding what the energy is of something versus the actual object is the key. And when we start talking about objects and artwork and furniture and whatever, I hear a lot of stories, and then that starts the spiritual counseling conversations, because there's usually a memory or an event with objects in people's lives. And so the purpose is to set up our space with meaning and purpose, so that we feel supported.
Wonderful. And I'm going to be talking about money, money, money. As business owners, and even if you don't have a business, we do need money to survive. And we learn a lot of beliefs and programming from our caregivers who probably had it really tough and probably created beliefs around money that are a little outdated. So I have processes that will help you to shift your mindset around money so that you can create more and become better receivers. So I thought I would go around also and ask each one of us why tuning into energy is important, and how doing your work and kind of working with each other, because I think we've all done work with each other. Why do it? What's in it for everybody who's watching? You want to start us off, Christy?
I love to use the analogy of the ripple effect, that our outside is a reflection of the inside. So when we pay attention to the energy of who we are and making that the best we can be, or at least tuning it up. When we have a car, we need to make sure that we're giving it the right tune-ups, the right maintenance. We need to do that for ourselves too. It's more than just the typical self-care. And when we're doing that, it has a ripple effect, because who we are, how we show up, it impacts what's around us. And there's a relationship there. So it's very energetic. It is the relationships we have with our family, with our clients, with our cats who are showing up behind me. And so I really know that, energy is important in that way.
How about you, Heather?
I think that's, Chrissy, you really summed it up. I mean, it's so true. I think tuning into our own inner energy and our own alignment, where we're in alignment, where we're out of alignment, and then being able to tap into, well, why are we out of alignment? Why is this not resonating? And staying true to that and clearing the limiting beliefs energetically that we have really sets us up to stand in our authenticity and be of greater service to everybody that we come in contact with, as well as ourselves. And when we are in alignment and energetically more balanced and grounded, our businesses flourish. I know that when I get out of alignment, or I do something that's not quite right, or I'm feeling I need to clear some fear or and see where that comes from, once I do that, my business flows so fluently. So it has a direct effect on us as a human, but also on our businesses and how we function in the world. So I think it's an amazing thing to come in tune with the energy of ourselves, the energy around us, things that we've taken on that necessarily don't serve us, and clearing those things so that we can really find more joy, gratitude, and peace and happiness.
Great. How about you, Pat?
So the question is, why do we do this?
Yeah.
So I think basically what I can say after working for 20 years on this is I see a lot of people who don't feel worthy of a good life. And I think maybe they don't want to go directly to that feeling, but with dealing with people's spaces, for me, is so satisfying because it begins a conversation. And I tell people, it's not about moving, feng shui is not about moving your couch, it's about moving your soul. Because our true sense of worthiness is when we connect with the divine. And somewhere along the line, a lot of us talk ourselves out of feeling that that's important, or understanding that that's where the real power is in our individual experience. And what happens in our conversations with our space, with space of the people that I'm dealing with, is those issues come up. And when we see that everything is energy, the point being that the energy of our environment can drain us away from our connection with our higher selves. And so when I see people reconnect with that part of themselves, it's very satisfying to me, because I remember reading this quote that's one of my favorite quotes, that miracles happen with leaps in awareness. And so when I get to that point and I have those kinds of conversations with people, and all of a sudden they see their life in a different way, and they see how their space can support them, it feeds my energy. Just put it that way. It's very satisfying.
It is very satisfying to help people shift their lives and transform. For me, I love helping people, one, get out of physical pain. And as they do that, they are opening themselves up to receiving more money and more joy and more fun. And the more I tune into energy, the easier it is to create the life we desire, and to really go after those desires and intentions and set that goal and actually achieve it. And every time another client comes in and they're able to achieve their goals, that's just fuels me.
Mhm.
So we are very excited to create this event for you. Christy, would you like to share some details?
Sure. And we're going to post a link to the registration where there's all the information through our platform. But please note, it's a Saturday, January 13th, and it's not only in person, but also virtual choice. So if you can't make it in person here in Connecticut, it will be virtual, and you can be with us on Zoom. And so we're doing this hybrid to reach as many people out there who are going to be interested in joining us. And the space, if you come in person, is a lovely healing center in Canton, Connecticut. We will have all that information again on a registration page, and it's going to be from 9 to 4, so a full day retreat with breaks for lunch and time to connect with each other and with us. And you also will have information about the pricing on our registration page. We do have some early bird pricing, so take advantage of that before the end of the year. And also ask us how you can get a free ticket, because we also want to be able to, again, have as many people available to come to this. And we do have some different ways for free tickets. So we hope that you'll come and join us.
And Heather, would you like to share, I believe we did this last year, and would you like to share some of the results people have experienced?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we really took away from last year is that everybody kept saying we wish we had more time, because I think we did a 4 hour time period last year, that they wanted to go deeper. They wanted to dive deeper into a lot of these different strategies and that kind of thing. So the desire to learn more and to be able to apply a lot of this stuff was really great feedback. And we did have a woman come along and work in our 4-month program, and the transformation that she made working with us for that 4 months was just incredible. She was, on the fence about starting her business. She had a bunch of, and Pat can talk a little bit about this because she did a lot of work with her in her home as well, and saw that transformation. But from a personal transformation, it was so amazing to see her really start to stand in her own identity and really feel the strength and the ability to go out and do the things that she really wanted to do, by clearing a lot of her limiting beliefs that she had about doing that, and some of the fears. I mean, having your own business, there's a lot that goes with that. I can speak from my own personal growth in doing programs like this. It's a lot, and when you can get some clarity and have a group of women behind you supporting you along the way, it's just incredibly empowering. So I think one of the things is that we're looking at not just your business, we're looking at you as a person and the energy of you, because that directly affects your business. So it's if we'll probably share a before and after picture of her, because you can just see the glow and change in her energy from when she started and when she ended. It was just absolutely amazing. So yeah, it's wonderful. So
well, I would add to that. She had started working with you and Jackie before I got to her home. And when I got to her home, one of the first things that she said to me was that she had a 5-year plan for retirement and preparing the house for sale. And when we were done, she was not moving. And I wanted her to understand, want anybody to understand that they can make whatever place they live in feel good. And what was happening with her happens with a lot of women in that transitional state of empty nest syndrome, of kind of living a lot in the past. And the stuff being in her space was there identifying a different part of her life that she missed, and she was not connecting with who she was now. And that totally changed with the work of everyone together. But certainly in her space, there were items and objects and all kinds of things that they could look at differently all of a sudden, she and her husband, and then take action on it. And it was transforming.
And she did. She started her business, and she's creating all these amazing products, and she's selling them. And they're amazing products, and there's so much joy in her while she's doing this, because she's in alignment now. And it's great to see that. It's absolutely wonderful to see that that transformation that she had.
But she did the work.
She did the work. She came every single time prepared and did the work. Yes, 100%.
And a comment I want to add in is just the transformation that I've heard that word, working with multiple practitioners and women like us who are here to support other women who we all want to be growing. We all want to be stepping into our best version of ourselves. And I love to hear that woman's transformation story, because I know she had a team of women behind her, and we all want that for ourselves. So we hope that you'll join us, because we want that for you as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and everything is energy. It's the unseen force behind you. And that force is either supporting you or it's depleting you. And when you work with a team of energetic practitioners, life can change pretty fast. And Why wait? I heard somebody recently say, my word this week is urgency. There's no time like the present. There's so much stress and sadness in the world. And what if you were a force for change and created change, not just for yourself, but for the people around you? So I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. We have listed the link in the comments. We would love to see you on January 13th so that you can really create the 2024 that you have always desired and that you so rightly deserve. Thank you again. Have a great day.